Hey guys, I just wanted to come in and record a quick message that I received kind of like in a dream-ish. It was like when I was first waking up. And I think it could be really helpful for you guys on your journey. It is, and it has been pretty helpful for me in like the couple weeks that I've been. That's my cat playing. I'm really sorry. She's being crazy right now. So you might hear her scuffling around. Just don't mind her. She also meows a lot, so you might hear that too. Sorry. Look at this tie. I saw this on Pinterest and I thought, oh, that's cute. I want to try it. So I thrifted this tie. It gives kind of like a little clown core-esque vibe, but I'm digging it. Sorry, I just was like, like observing myself in the camera. Anyway, the message, because I'm running out of daylight right now. So I'm trying to get this done before the sun sets. Okay, so as I was waking up a couple weeks ago, I heard ground yourself in the person you are becoming. And I was like, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I need to do. You're right. And then as I woke up, I kind of went about my day and I was like, what does that exactly mean to ground myself in the person I'm becoming? I had sort of like an idea of what it meant, but I wanted to really like have clarity around it. So I did a tarot reading for myself. So this is a personal reading that I'm going to share with you. And I'm going to show the cards as well because I feel like they create like a good visual for you to kind of see what I'm talking about, what the message was. Hey, baby. And yeah, so since this was a personal reading, some of it was very specific to me. So I'm not going to share those cards specifically. I'm just going to share the ones that I feel like could be something that you guys could take something away from. The first card that came out was the Three of Pentacles. It looks like this. So you see how at the bottom, you can see that they're building something there. And then on the top, you're getting an idea of what it's supposed to look like, right? But in the current moment, this is what's happening. It looks like rubble. It looks crazy. But there's a design in mind, right? So from this card immediately, I got start building a foundation with the end result in mind. Remember what you are building towards. If you're not sure, map out the blueprint. And I was like, a blueprint, huh? So I'm going to show you guys what my blueprint looks like. And you can definitely do it too or something similar. So here's my blueprint. It's like kind of a picture of me. And I wrote down different things that I felt like was the type of person that I was trying to step into. So I'll read some of them to you just if you can get an example. She speaks her truth, even when it's hard or scary, kindly and calmly. She prioritizes time to work on the things that matter to her. She uses her hands to make beautiful things that inspire her inner child first and foremost. She makes choices that align with her divine path. She spends time opening herself to higher realms, etc., etc. Things like that. So, what is the type of person that you want to be or that you see yourself as? You might already be embodying this naturally, but I found, because I've been doing this, that having it clearly written out and in a cute little way for me to just enjoy it while I look at it. But having it mapped out kind of helps to keep me aligned. It kind of just reminds me of where I'm trying to go, right? So when you make out this blueprint, you can kind of start to move through the world and ask yourself, like, is this a choice that aligns with my highest self, my highest self, or the higher self that I'm becoming? Or is this a choice or decision that my former self would have made? And try and align yourself with those things. Right, moving on to the next message that I got. The next cards that came out was the Mob card and the Six of Wands in reverse. For this, I interpreted it as Try not to get caught up in the wave of other people. Their energies and their expectations will hinder your victory. So, a previous video that I made, I kind of did talk about how some of the people around you can try and keep you in a box that you once were in because it's familiar to them. It makes sense to them. It's comfortable for them to have you stay in the same way that you were. So they might try and reflect your old self back to you or try and convince you that you haven't really changed, that you are the same, which can be super frustrating. So it's really up to you to know yourself and know your truth and understand that, of course, you're not going to be perfect as you're stepping into this new person, but know that that's where you're going and have, oh, what's the word that I was thinking? I had it and then I lost it. Conviction. Have conviction and know, no matter if people see it or not, or if they believe you or not, you know where you're going, you know where you've come from, and you, the best thing that you can do is just have so much patience with yourself and have belief in yourself. Okay, so don't listen to outside sources. Also, for me personally, I also read in this as I'm getting too caught up in like social media. Like the mob like mentality, like all of that, like I don't know if you guys go on like Instagram or any social media really, like all of the fighting and all that crappy energy was like bringing me down and I knew it. And I feel like I was in a space where I was like on social media too much, even though I knew it and I didn't really like it. Spirit was kind of just coming through and like again reminding me. So if that's something that you've been noticing, like you've been feeling like kind of stinky and gross after social media, you're not alone. I feel like this is a very normal part of ascending. Those kinds of energies, just you start to feel it more in your body and in your energy field, and it just doesn't feel very good to spend too much time there. So I definitely recommend, limiting that, especially again if you're like somebody who's like has a habit of comparing yourself. Try and cut yourself out away from places where you can compare yourself while you're trying to move into this new version of yourself, because give yourself time to solidify in these new beliefs and these new patterns and structures that you're building for yourself, and try to lean away from things that might be hindering that, and hindering your sight, and just focus your focus your sights on yourself. Okay, just that's all you really need to focus on, not what anyone else is doing or what they look like, right? Right, and that kind of comes into these seven of wands here, which I interpreted as you need to be playing defense mode against your old habits and your old patterns. Defend your new beginning fiercely. Not everything can come along. So again, understanding, I was going to say weaknesses, but not really, but like understanding like the old habits that you're trying to get rid of, the things that you know don't serve you anymore, it's still going to want to like cling to you because they're habits, especially if you've been doing them for a long time, thought patterns, things like that, that you've been relying on for a very long time. Those are going to take a little bit of effort for you to dismantle from yourself, right? So always like be in defensive mode, listen and know what's going on inside of yourself and tell yourself, you know what? No, I don't believe in that anymore. And I'm not going to think like that. And I'm not going to allow you, brain, to tell me how to feel about myself. Honestly, I talk to myself like this all of the time. It is so helpful. But I'm also somebody who talks to herself all the time, so that's not really weird for me. So if you're also somebody who talks to yourself, I definitely recommend like talking to your brain and your thoughts as if they're like an outside person and just be like, "Hey, I don't like that and I'm not going to stand for it." It works. It does. And it also creates like kind of some like a lightness around some things that can feel heavy, or things that have felt heavy in the past. You can kind of like poke a little fun at that critical part of yourself and just be like, hey ma'am, we don't need you anymore. Okay, you can have a seat and watch me take the lead. Okay. um And the last card I'm going to share with you is the Lover's card. It's a little steamy, so I'm not going to show you too much. It's the Lover's card. And the Lover's card, yeah, can sometimes represent lovers, but a lot of times it represents choices, specifically choices that feel authentic to you, right? So I saw this card and I read it as make sure you are making the choices that are moving you ahead regardless of what you see around you. And by that, I meant, oh, I lost the card. By what you see around you, I meant like the rubble. Like right now, you might feel like, oh, this is where I'm at. Don't worry about this starting point, okay? Just keep making decisions that are and choices that are going to move you towards this part, okay? Because you're gonna make it there. It's already in the works. You see, this is if you've already imagined it, it's here. But like you're all you have to do is get the building part to reach here. Am I making sense? All right. So those were the messages. And that last one also kind of reminded me of that, that saying about the two wolves, like what wolf are you feeding? And make sure you're feeding your new self, not your old self, okay? They've eaten enough. It's time to feed your new wolf. Okay. Right. So I did want to keep this short. I think I did it. Like, it's probably going to end up being about under 10 minutes if I edit it, or maybe like 11, maybe 11. But anyway, guys, stay blessed. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, comment, all of the things. Let me know if you're going to try any of these things or if the advice made sense and if it works for you. Okay. Peace. So much peace.